Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been exactly 1 week since I have had my laparoscopic surgery to remove my ovary. This is a surgery that I have had done because of my endometriosis, and it's something that I have known about for a few months now. So I've had a whole week to recover, and now I want to talk with you about kind of how this week has gone and the recovery process with a surgery like this. Now before I even start, can we just give a big thumbs up to Ellie? Where is she? Over there. Do you see how she's always coming into the videos? Somehow you'll always see her. She always makes her way behind me in every video. Like, comment if you've seen that before, because I just think it's so funny. As soon as I turn the camera on, she comes and she's right up there. So she'll just be my little buddy for now, but that's okay. So like I said, 1 week ago I had my laparoscopic surgery to remove my ovary. So the key word is one ovary. I had only one removed, thank you. I still have one left, which is the good news out of this whole thing. And so I'm trying to kind of focus solely on that and on the positivity that is going to come in the next few months with doing another cycle of IVF, and hopefully getting pregnant finally, and maybe even having a baby. Like, that would just be, I don't even know how to explain how great that would be. That would just be amazing, and I would just be so happy. So I'm trying to focus on that, which is hard because recovery isn't always the easiest. So I had this laparoscopic surgery before. A few months ago I actually had an emergency surgery to get my appendix removed, and that is when they discovered that this ovary was kind of in rough shape and that it needed to be taken out. Also, they discovered all the endometriosis that I had crowding my uterus as well. So this is my second laparoscopic surgery. So basically, the craziest part is it's my second laparoscopic surgery in like 3 months. So I'm practically a pro, and I have a few things I want to share with you guys in case maybe you're going to be going through a surgery like this soon, or just if you're interested to know, because sometimes it's interesting. So yeah. So for the laparoscopic surgery I had 3 incisions. I had one down closer to my pelvis, I had one over on the side, and then one in the belly button. And the funny thing is with this surgery is they literally cut over the exact same incisions as my previous surgery. So the scars that I had are going to remain the same, which is good. And kind of weird because, you know, cutting over a cut that just healed only like a couple months ago is kind of weird. But I am happy that I don't have like some massacre of a stomach. It's kind of all contained to the same areas. Not that I care, but it's at least good to know that I have that, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, so they go in your stomach with a tiny little camera, and that's how they kind of are able to see, so that way they don't have to, you know, do the full open, which is gross. And then what they do is they pump your stomach with all of this like gas, so it's like a balloon, and then they can move around in there. So it actually, honestly, that part grosses me out the most. But yeah, anyways, so then basically with the tools they then go ahead and remove the ovary and etc. So it's a pretty simple surgery in terms of how long it takes and the risks and complications of that. Oh, are you grouchy? So I was in the operating room for maybe 3 or 4 hours. I'm not sure exactly because like I wasn't keeping track obviously, but from the time I like was wheeled in until the time I saw Caleb was about 4 hours. So that goes to show that it's, you know, it's not too extensive, but it's definitely a big deal. The one thing that I just hated so much is that I was put in for day surgery. So that means you go in the morning, you have your surgery, they let you recover a few hours in the hospital, give you like your IV, whatever, through your IV medication, and then they send you home. And I just think that's bogus. Like, I don't, like, because the last time it was an emergency surgery and I got to stay the night. I don't know why exactly, but this time they sent me home, and I just like never feel ready because I like, you know, with the IV, like I'm getting the fluids I need and getting the medication I need, and I just feel comfortable in that scenario that, you know, I'm healing on the right track. Whereas when I go home, I'm like a little bit more nervous because I'm far away from the hospital now that we moved and everything. So I was a little disappointed about that. However, when I did get into my bed, I will say I was a little bit pleasantly surprised. It did feel a lot better to be in my own house, even though it was a disaster zone and crazy because of just moving literally 3 days before the surgery, but we made it work. So Caleb took a few days off to help me, because after surgery you're kind of, you know, a lump on a log, and I really genuinely appreciated his help. I don't know if I could have done it without him, just because even going to the washroom is a difficult task, and I need him to help me walk and to, you know, things like that. So I really, you know, I loved having him there, so I was very grateful for that. So basically we had the surgery, we came home, I just like rested as much as I could, and after I started getting a little bit more energy, I started to move around a bit more. The thing with the gas about pumping your stomach up is they try to get as much of it out as they can, but obviously there's going to be some left. So that gas tends to like rise up and creep into your shoulders, and it causes the worst pain ever. Like honestly, the pain from the gas in the shoulders is almost worse than the pain of the actual procedure. So my last surgery, it was so bad. I was just, oh, it hurts so bad. But this time it really wasn't even that much. Like I only noticed it maybe 4 times, which is really good. Ugh, my memory card ran out of space. So basically moving around helps kind of move the gas out of your system. So that was important for me to try as well. I did go home with pain medication. So my last surgery I had T3s, and I really did not like them. I didn't respond well. Like the side effects, I just got them. And so one of the biggest ones with T3s was nausea, and I just got hit hard with that. So I essentially didn't take them for longer than a day. I stopped basically right away because I would rather be in pain than be nauseous. Let's be real. I can't, you know, try to recover when I want to like puke and like, you know, it just, ugh, it's a horrible feeling. And then this time I was prescribed something different because I had mentioned that to the doctor. It's called Tramadol, and it has nasty side effects as well. Yippee! So the big one was headaches. I got really bad headaches, and then also shortness of breath, like hard time breathing. Like I honestly felt like I was having an asthma attack all the time. I felt like somebody was pushing on my chest, just like couldn't get a deep enough breath in, and that's something I cannot handle. I did not like that. I need to be in control of that. So I basically stopped that medication pretty soon after coming home as well. So those two I definitely didn't react well to. So luckily, like I said, the pain wasn't too bad, so the pain medication wasn't necessarily like life or death or anything, so I was able to survive it. One thing that has been driving me crazy this past week is as I'm starting to feel better, just sitting or just being normal feels fine. And then I sneeze and it hurts so bad because like all the muscles tense up, and it's just like the worst feeling because I know it's coming and I can't stop it, and I just have to prepare myself for the pain, and it just, it's horrible. So sneezing is not fun. So the funny thing with recovering from this surgery that I found in my experience anyways, is that you are just worthless. You are just completely useless for like 4 days. 4 days is your window where you are just done. You can't move, you need everybody to do everything for you, you're just done. And then all of a sudden overnight, you just like wake up and you're like, oh, I can do it. I can make my own food, I can move myself, I can go to the bathroom myself. It's just like such a switch from like being so brutally in pain or tired or whatever, and then all of a sudden you feel more like yourself. So I have found that with both surgeries, and luckily enough I am able to kind of care for myself now. A week is a good enough amount of time to give yourself to really feel a bit more normal. I'm definitely still sore and still kind of more tired and just feeling like not myself, but I do feel like I'm on the way there. So some of my kind of feelings about this surgery, I want to touch base on that. I know my last video was brief on that because I was still just coming off of the hospital, but I, you know, like I feel good about it. Like I am definitely sad. Like losing an ovary isn't something that anybody is happy about, and it's definitely weighing on me. Like you know, that like remorse, like I can never get that back, and it's just a little bit frightening to think of that big decision I just made and it's just over and I can't do anything about it. But on the other side of that, like I know that this was the right choice. I know it had to be done. I know it needed, you know, to be completed in order for me to basically get closer to having a baby, and that is the goal. That is the only thing I ever have on my mind at all times of the day, is what can I do to better my chances to be a mom. And I hate myself sometimes that I consume every thought with that, and like it drives me insane that like that's my sole purpose in life, but it's just the truth. It has become that. I can't change it because it's like an innate feeling that I'm never going to give up. I want to be a mom, and I will be a mom, and I will do everything it takes to be a mom. As I have proven thus far with my track record of crazy crap that I've been going through. So, you know, there's pros and cons to it, and I'm definitely feeling both ends. I'm just hoping that I can sort of start focusing on preparing for the IVF, and that'll just keep my mind off of it. But like on that note, one of the big fears is doing the IVF after the surgery, which I'm going to go into more depth on in another video just because I have a lot of things to talk about that. This video is going to get very, very, very long if I start going down that road. Alright, so I want to talk a little bit more about my incisions. So I'm going to show you guys my belly, which is like kind of weird for me because it's my belly, but you know, it's all relevant. So I'm going to show you guys my belly and kind of go over the incisions and what the healing was like for them. So the one closer to my pelvis here, it is kind of the biggest and the deepest and the most painful. When I first got out of surgery, it was so swollen and just felt horrid. And the second one over here on the side is actually pretty okay. Like it's fairly small and it looks to be healing really, really well. And then there's the one in my belly button. So I have obviously a scar from a previous surgery that was more on the outer parts, and then this incision is actually deep inside the belly button, which is good because that means it's hidden. So like I said about the lower incision, I found it's so swollen when I got home. I hated it so much because it just like every time I put pants on or underwear on, it like would rub against it and it just feel awful. So I've been wearing band-aids just to like make sure I'm not like ripping anything open, because that would be awful and I would hate that. So far they're healing fairly well, I think. I mean, I'm no expert, but they look like they're doing better than they obviously did when I got home. So I'm happy about that. That is good. So I want to know a little bit about you guys. Have you ever had this kind of surgery? Are you going to be having this kind of surgery? Is this something you've ever had to think about in your life? Do you have endometriosis? Do you have PCOS? What do you have? What's going on in your life? Tell me about it. I want to know, and I promise I read all the comments. I love hearing your guys' story. I love hearing your guys' positivity, your kind words, everything. It just lightens my day so much. So if you made it to the end of this very long video, give yourselves a big thumbs up. Thank you so, so much. Give a thumbs up for little Ellie over there. She stayed with us the whole time, and she only barked once, which is really, really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a little update about how my recovery is going after the surgery. It is a big deal in my life, and I just wanted to share this with you because you guys are like my second family, and I love kind of sitting down and chatting with you. So thank you for allowing me to do that. So obviously the whole big spiel that every YouTuber does, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you on our journey. Caleb would love to have you. Ellie would love to have you. It would just be amazing and we would love it. Also, please, please, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I said that already. All of those things are all linked down below. It's just a good way of kind of keeping up to date with us in between videos, as I like to Snapchat Ellie a lot because she's stinking cute. So yeah, that's all for this video today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week and a great weekend. Bye! Ellie, baby, you wanna come here? Come here! Are you gonna ignore me?